Hello everyone, my name is Uthris and welcome back to Medieval Engineers. We are in the captain's quarter that we built last episode in our wonderful little airship here, and just admiring the little views that we have out the windows. I always enjoy doing that in any of my builds. I think being able to have a decent sized view is just so important. I'm just gonna go ahead and shut this off. I tried turning down my game volume, so hopefully the torch sounds aren't going to be too annoying for you all, but you never know. We are going to be working in some darker areas, so torchlight will be needed at some point. In between episodes, I put our little steering wheel up here. So eventually I'll probably hook this up to the rudder system, but for now it is just off on its own. And you can use the hand manipulation tool to actually manipulate it if you want. I can sit here and still look forward, you know, there's no head bob. And you can do some pretty fine kind of turning of the wheel by using that. But if I want to do a hard bank, of course, I'll just use the centerpiece there. So that's pretty cool. That's something new. We've also been working on some of our railing designs and getting pretty much this whole section kind of tidied up and ready to go. The second layer of decking has been put over the captain's quarter, and it is one block higher than it was before. And that will, you know, it allows everyone, well, not everyone, but space for the blocks to actually mesh together well. And so that turned out nicely. I've added the cargo hatch, at least the main area. I haven't figured out how I want to do the door yet. That will be covering this thing and transit and things. And then also at some point, I do want to make a crane that actually collapses and folds up beside of it. I don't know if that's going to be possible either, but that's definitely a feature that I need. Down here, I've started to add little portholes, even though you used to be able to use Control-Shift-C to copy timber rounds and it would leave the center block out. That doesn't work anymore. So these would be windows without the little wooden piece in there, but for now I'm just leaving them like that. Added our beds in for our general crew. So there are still some more wooden details to be kind of placed around as usual. So this is our just bunking for our main crew area. It looks like we have a total crew of 8 and a captain, so yeah, that's probably too little. And of course we have our large cargo bay. This is just a trading ship, so a big berth is needed. So what I do want to accomplish this episode are these. And I'm going to be placing in 2 of the main kind of balloons that are going to be holding up the airship. I have been working a whole bunch off camera for a couple hours trying to just decide how to make this all fit together. And I think I've come up with a general shape that I like. So first things first, you have to extend this out and attach it, because I can't attach everything by ropes yet, as, you know, to copy the whole structure at once, you can't copy things that are held together just by ropes. So you're going to have a hard connection point, which is this at the moment. And then I built this little section, this first ring here, of windmill blades. I actually have a section of it down here that I copied. And what this will allow me to do is if I copy it, I can come up here and just put that right up on the edge and paste it on there. So I can easily extend the length of the balloon very modularly, which is nice. I think I'm going to add 2 more, and then the back end of this balloon. And the back end might have some more rudder pieces. It might have a propeller. I don't know quite yet. But I want the back end to function. And let's grab the last one. I can't go too far back as I don't want to cover up the view that the captain's quarter has, so I feel like 4 in length. It's pretty much the perfect amount. And you can see from above just how much room the balloon is taking up compared to hull. Now, of course, it should be bigger, really. I mean, this should require a lot of balloons. So I might end up having to put one or two almost vertically above the deck here, just to give it some more support. But for now, I'm working on the two main side ones. And my main concern about doing side balloons like this, you can see that we don't have much way to undock or get on and off the ship. And so that's going to be something we had to figure it out. I'm thinking about putting some sort of bridge connection here, some type of drawbridge that folds up. And you just deploy that, and you can get on and off at this point, and then you're on the main deck, and off you go. So I think on camera for a little bit, we're going to try and finish up the front of this balloon. There is a little bit of a connecting area here to try and get a nice cone. But these angle pieces are a little bit of a pain to work with, so it is going to be a little bit of a challenge for us to get everything that we need. But I don't think I would have it any other way. Alright, let's bring the corners in on this thing. I was also testing out, you can see down here I cut it off, some type of maybe propeller mechanism on the front end. And I really wasn't liking it, as it was taking up so much room that boarding and unloading things might have been too much of a hassle. So I am leaving that out. I actually have to come inside the balloon here. There we go. Doesn't this feel like an airship? I think this feels like an airship. Just areas like this. This is cool. And building something like this in, like, say, Minecraft would be pretty hard to do. I mean, you could do it, but you would almost have to build it so large to get all the detail in that just the term to voxels are just too much, probably, for the Java game to handle. Okay, so there is the front. Now I need... You know, I might have to just make this a solid wooden piece, at least this interior here. Because I'm going to have to do a lot of kind of finicky things at this point. What I need to do is try and come up with a pattern here that will give off the feeling of aggression as we get kind of less and less sloped. And doing this all out of timber rounds, I think, is probably the best way. May not look like it now, but bum, bum, bum. That music is good. Let's just keep going. Alright, this will be the last row of this. Yeah, it might not be the best way to do it. We're already at like 9 minutes, Jesus Christ. Okay, I think I have found a better way to do this. So I'm going to basically kind of stagger these blocks and do ribbing as if it was the main ship. And see how all this works. It is still definitely kind of a work in progress, though. You just never know kind of how things are going to turn out until you actually try. So let's try our best here and get all this ribbing in. Hopefully it'll slowly kind of curve around, and kind of going for a blunt nose is what I really want on this thing. And so if I can give it that, that would be great. Boop, 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 boop. I think at this point we should come down at a 45-degree angle almost. Or almost just be flush at this point, maybe? That might be good. And then go from there. Now, I realize that this might be pretty boring for some people, as, you know, everyone just wants to see the nice finished product. But I'm a big fan of showing you, you know, all the detail that I can in a build. And that's just to help everyone understand and how to get better. Because, you know, you can't always be the best by yourself. You know, I'm a big fan of collaborating, sharing ideas, and ways to do things. So let's say do that. That might be okay. We can put a little pattern on the front, maybe. Extend it out. And the nice thing too about doing something made out of all blocks is that I can always do a second kind of detailed pass onto it and kind of clean up areas like that. I'm not really the biggest fan of, and so I'm gonna swap that, do something a little bit different, try and get it to look a little bit more clean. If I can get some blocks in here, that'd be great. There we go. Not too bad. It is a little brown on the front. I wouldn't mind using a little bit more windmill blade there. That might help the overall look of things. In this episode, I will be, you know, taking this to completion. Just, it will probably be a decent amount of off-camera work, so I wanted to try show you some tips and tricks, I guess, in regards to getting some of this heavier detail down. No one's really going to be like right up there on it, so let's see it from this angle, and then maybe we can just spin this around here. I think my problem is that I use this piece, which is fine in theory, but really that angled piece causes more issues in builds than anything else, trying to fit those things in. It's because their hitbox are just stupid. If you look at it, like this hitbox is the perfect square, even though it's a diagonal piece. So I can't even get like a flush thing here. I can't place anything there. Can't place anything like this. I can't even really directly line up the bottoms to extend out into a single piece of wood. And even if I did that, it takes up like so much just space in general. I can't get any other details in there. So, yeah. Anyways, another detail that I do want present, I think, is I'm gonna do a long rib along the top and the right side, I think. And these are basically like stabilizing fins almost. Yeah. And if I take it back one more, to say there, I can trim that off. Kind of see the profile changes from completely round to something a little bit different. You can put some vertical supports here. Just throwing in as much a layer of detail as possible is something that helps a lot. Like, even if it doesn't look quite right, if there's just enough detail, it can just fool a lot of people into thinking that it looks right. And the nice thing is, once I get one balloon done, I can copy and paste it over to the other side. Yeah. I hope everyone thinks this looks good. I don't know where I want to put the third balloon. Or even if we'll need a third balloon just yet still. I'm excited to know Keen's, they're going to release a awesome, hopefully awesome, roadmap for 2016 for medieval engineers this week. So that's something to keep your eye on for sure as we kind of head into the next year. Right? Is that right? I think so. There we go. And we'll drag this out. Just like so. And I can put rigging on it even though it doesn't really do anything. So if we grab some rope endings, you know, I can run, you know, extra detail along here. Almost as if it is accomplishing something. But it's really not. Just for looks. So you can see how that kind of looks. As a trim piece almost. I think we're approaching 17, 18-ish minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and hopefully finish up the whole right balloon and copy it over so we can kind of see the balance and composition of things. And I'll be back. Alright guys, I think this turned out very good. I'm quite happy with it. The two balloons on retrospect are too small, so that third one will be created. Because right now I don't feel like these two would be enough to hold up the weight. And so I'm going to create a third one that'll hopefully go almost the full length of the ship. Basically directly above. And that should balance it out. So we'll have a total of 3 balloons to hold up the weight of the ship. Because you have to take into account maybe these balloons could lift the ship, but not with the full cargo hold. I mean, this is going to be solid, you know, well-packed cargo down here. And that's something that we need to concern ourselves with. So, I think that's going to do us for this episode. I'm going to continue, of course, working on this in between episodes, try and flesh out some more details and things like that, even on the railing. As you can see, we still need these on here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to subscribe to my channel if you're new. Go ahead and hit that like button. Leave a comment down below if you have any suggestions, ideas on what to work on next. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.